It's that time, ladies and gentlemen. You don't even have to announce it anymore. We've got the rapid
there they
fire.
go.
Boom, boom, boom. So why don't I have, I'll go ahead and pop them in there for you, and then I'll have you guys rotate. I'll start out with you, Hector, since your mic is live. The first one that came in was Ulta. This is my daughter's favorite stock. She's made a killing on it. That's going to help her pay for college. But Ulta, give us a read on that, and what do you see on that?
Well, Ulta's been going bearish for quite a while. It might be actually overselling a little bit if you wanted to do a contrarian play, but there is some strong resistance that's coming up again. So it's pretty close to the lowest point that it's been at in the past. So you may want to, if you wanted to do a contrarian play and go bullish on it, I would definitely wait for confirmation because there could be a small bounce. The candles have slowed down recently, but it's coming up on earnings. So depending on how it does when it hits earnings, it might bounce back. If it doesn't, it might just plummet because there's no more resistance. But right now, it's below the 50, it's below the 200, so definitely bearish.
All right, and so next one on the list here, let's see if I got that one, was TWLO. Gino, this one's for you. If you zoom into that, we've got, oh boy, he disappeared. Speak up a little bit, Gino. You're sounding like you're in a tin can about a mile away.
We got a reversal candle on a possible triple bottom there. Can you draw the triple bottom in there? Yeah.
Uno.
Yeah, I want to see a swing confirmation if I was going to go bullish on this above yesterday's candle and possibly above that moving average up there. I want to see some good volume behind that to see if that holds. But this has been making higher highs on those bounces. And this is possible it can do it again. And other than that, there are better setups than that out there, guys. I just wanted to point out the triple bottom.
Absolutely. All right, next one on the list here. I'll take this one. This is PLCE and Children's Place. This, I think, being in the retail sector, you want to be a little cautious with it. It's got a very similar bottoming pattern on that. It has gotten below the 200-period moving averages and all the other moving averages, and just from a short-term perspective, looks like a bearish retracement, but it's into a big support zone. And post-earnings, this company does pay a dividend, and so dividend-paying stocks, on average, they tend to fare a little bit better when they're selling off because people are resistant to dump them because they pay a dividend. But watch that support zone with interest. That's also the $100 mark. Next one on the list for Hector is BIIB. Let me pop that in there for you.
Oh, Biogen. Biogen, it's at a critical point right there. It's been trading sideways. Today we went up a little bit. It might continue to go up. It's the fundamentals on that stock. It's in our list, and the fundamentals are decent on it. But again, if tomorrow morning it continues up, they could probably go and do a bullish play on it. But watch for confirmation always. It's been going sideways, but it hasn't dropped below all the moving averages yet. So if we get another day of positive, it might continue up.
Yeah, it might be a good candidate for covered calls, something like that, since it's sideways. Gino, you're up with Starbucks. I know you don't necessarily frequent Starbucks daily, since I know you brew your coffee at home. But no, just kidding. Go ahead and give us a read on this one.
I brew my own bulletproof stuff at home with a whole bunch of magic stuff in there, and I got my matcha bombs, you name it. Someday I'll make you guys one, and you'll wonder why I'm up for 3 days. But anyway, looking at this. What I want you guys to notice is the downtrend, okay? But notice how it accelerated after earnings, and now there's a big overhead resistance there. It tried to fill the gap and failed, and it might still try to go up. I'm looking for the lower high to enter on this, the lower high from after the gap. So I'm looking for a lower high after the gap, okay? So that gap was, let me see, what day was that? Yeah, it's the lower high right after that. What's the high right after that? Right there. I want to see a lower high formed, a swing high formed, anytime now. It can form tomorrow, and yes, that would be a good entry for a swing high or a put, a long put. And that's my take on that.
All right, fantastic. All right, next one on the list is after Starbucks. I think, scroll back and find it. There we go. Amazon. Well, I feel pretty privileged that I get to talk about Amazon. Amazon, I would dare say, is giving the retail sector fits. We're seeing Amazon really just challenge the big box retailers as people are becoming more and more consistent with the online buying. I mean, sometimes I don't even have to leave the house. It's getting kind of scary in that regard. I got to find reasons to go outside because I can buy anything on Amazon that's delivered right to my door. That's got a big bottoming price there. It's hit that support zone down there at 954. Not just once, but it's hit it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. A little bit of bullish candle, and I wouldn't pick a fight with Jeff Bezos. If it breaks that support zone, it might be heading down, but I think, I would take a cautious bullish look at that. As that, retest that bottom, we get some confirmation on that, but definitely wait for confirmation. All right, next on the list is for Hector and GoPro. So you get to play with good old GoPro and give us a read on that. What's your take?
Okay, so GoPro, it had earnings, gapped up on earnings, and it is now filling in the gap. Had a bit of a positive day today, but I may want to watch it again. GoPro is a great stock if you want to do something like a covered call because of its volatility. It pays good dividends, and in fact, some people love it because when you do a covered call, you don't necessarily want the stock to fly up. It could stay neutral, and you could still make money on it. And so as long as it stays above all the moving averages and doesn't retreat much further than the gap, it'll probably be fine.
Absolutely. And interesting to note that, they had an earnings announcement here. This is something that I always find fascinating. I just noticed this. They missed earnings. They're down 9 cents. They actually, lost money on the quarter, but the stock price gapped up with quite a bit of energy and vigor. And so that, that always gives me an idea that they had some forward guidance, some pretty healthy guidance in that regard. So that could be a bullish signal there. But a good candidate for covered calls. So next on the list here, Gino, is Tesla. And you guys get to talk about all the coolest stocks, and this will be a good one to go out on. TSLA. We'll get the symbol there, right? Yeah. TSLA. All right, there you go.
Yeah, what's the guy? This is our next.
This is you, Gino.
Elon Musk, right? He's a Tony Stark. This is a very high-tech company. I look at this as not just a car company, but technology, guys. I put this in the technology sector is what I put it in. Antonio made a great comment on your thing on Amazon. Good job, Antonio. That's perfect. Notice the uptrend forming here. I need this stock to get above those major moving averages right there. Right to the moving averages that you're looking at. So here's your indecision candle. I need this to go higher than those moving averages like soon before they cross down. Otherwise, this could be a sell-off. And it is kind of following the technology sector here. We do have a long-term uptrend going here, but a possible short-term downtrend getting ready to form. Did it fill the gap, Noah? Did it fill that gap in there from earnings?
Pretty darn close. Not all the way, but it's filled over 50% of the gap. And it looks like it found some support off of that old ceiling.
Yeah, so if it's filling this gap, you'll see a swing low here, a green candle tomorrow, hopefully, on good volume. And then I'd put a trigger in there to go bullish. Guys, if you look at your playbook, be careful of stocks over $100, $200, $300 because it's going to limit you to strategies like debit spreads and credit spreads, basically.